Whew. Yo, what up? What's going on? Phony Bones, what's happening? What's up, Junior J? What's up, man? I see you. I'm gonna put you in. Let me get Spades in here right quick, and we're gonna get started.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Junior was calling me. I'm finna
All right.
yeah, I hear you. It was just he was calling me, and I'm trying to let him know that I'm sending him the invite to come in here. There you go.
What's
Yo,
going
Man,
on?
what up, man?
Glad my
What's
boys.
going on?
what's
Going on?
good, man?
Yeah, man, it's my first time doing this one right here.
That's what's up. Can you turn your camera this way? Can you turn your camera this way?
Do a vertical.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
Okay.
go. Now
Make
we
sure.
in there.
How
good
y'all been?
deal.
Man, y'all look good, man.
Man, you
Man,
too,
too.
brother.
You the
I
man?
appreciate it. Get my flex on. Get my flex on, man. Good to have good to be on here with y'all, man. How y'all weekend been?
Oh, man, it's been good, man.
So far, so good for me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Taking it one moment at a time. You know what I mean?
I got you. I got you. I got you.
You know
Cool,
what I
cool.
mean? But other than
Awesome.
that, uh, I'm gonna share this to a couple of folks too, man. Get some people in.
Yep. Okay. Go.
Yep. Same thing I'm doing.
I
Like
mean,
get some people in here. Like y'all check us out here.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I just got to 10 to bed, man. That's what y'all, but you don't need all
There he go.
that.
oh man.
Started
Just
out,
got out the, just got out the teddy bed. There he go.
yeah, man. Go to 10 and they be like, man, you don't need to be in here, dog. What you doing? Have
Yeah, man.
y'all been to the Comic Cons, the recent Comic Cons, man?
We went to where did we come from? The Alabama con in Birmingham.
Uh huh.
Okay.
That was the most recent one we went to.
Okay. How that a good
And
turnout?
yeah, yeah, it was
Pretty
a real
good.
good turnout, man. We got to meet Sting and meet Booker T and got some valuable advice from Booker T on the way the podcast and got to hear some of his wrestling stories. Or that was real cool. You know, we got a kick out of that. And then the next day we just shopped around, went shopping. So then we spend our money buying stuff.
I got you. I
Yeah.
got you. That's what's
And
up,
meeting
man.
folks, networking, meeting
Yep,
folks, you know what I'm saying? Handing out cards, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to extend the brand, you know what I
Right.
mean? From the bottom up, from the mud, getting it from the mud, you know what I mean?
I got you. I got
So, so other than that, well, I guess we're ready to go and get started, Spade.
let's jump into it, man.
All right,
Stroll.
all right. Well, you know what I'm saying? For the people here now and the ones that tune in later, this is Total Fandom. You know what I'm saying? I am Cooks 24.
And I am Spade from Spadeonomics Comics.
You know what I'm
All right.
saying? And this is Total. And to introduce, you know what I'm saying, our guest today, uh, filmmaker, hip hop artist, comic publisher, you know what I'm saying, and also indie comic creator. You know what I mean? Put it all together. You know what I'm saying? You got Mr. Julian J. Burt of Red Crow
Right.
Comics. You know what I'm saying? I hope now did I get all that right?
Yes, sir. You got it down pat, boy. You
Okay,
sound
okay.
good with it, boy.
well, let's shoot Spade. I'll let you start off with the round, man.
Well, Jay, for a little bit of history for those who had met, I first met you at the Geek Gathering here in Sheffield, Alabama. And Jay was just, it was just something about you, like in a positive manner, man. Came up to you, talked to me. We, talked back and forth. I had a booth, and he also, for those, like Cook say, for those who watching now, watch later, he writes his own comic book, stars in it also, and acts. We're going to jump into that too. But Jay, my first question for you, man, is like, what sparked your passion for either comics or the geek realm or whatever? How did your passion start for this?
Well, honestly, man, I always had a big imagination. It kind of started there. I was a ball player. That was one of my loves as well, and the goal was to pursue that. But certain circumstances happened and had me refocus on my creativity. Long story short, I used to write my own comic characters since I was a little boy. I used to collect comics and all that stuff, and wanted to have my own comic company and universe at some point. You know what I'm saying? That was the imagination. You know what I'm saying? But jumping forward, I in junior college, I tried a semester theater, and just to give it a shot. I was majoring in business management, and that was my minor, and gave it a shot. Did a Shakespeare comedy, comedy errors, caught the bug, and then had a great director that kind of guided me throughout there, gave me some experience, and I would just encourage anybody that's acting, especially stage acting, get exposed to some Shakespeare. The Shakespeare challenge you creatively and with your craft as an actor. It helps you see beyond your ego. And after that, I wanted to go to California to join the whole rat race, out there. But, I started hearing some stories about friends that went out there and just realized, I'm like, you know what? Alabama, especially Northern Alabama, doesn't have that mainstream, entertainment platform. You know what I'm saying? Our own Hollywood, so to say. Everybody think about Alabama, they hear Roll Tide football, which is Roll Tide over here too. But, that's all it is. There's a lot of talent here. So I wanted to go ahead and just, get my feet wet. I was green in the film area, started doing stuff locally, volunteering just to get the experience. So I was confident enough to do my own professional projects. And it's been a 15-year ride.
Wow.
That's pretty much
Okay. What were some of your who or what were some of your early inspirations? Like once you figured out that you wanted to get into creating comics or acting, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of that, like who were some of your early inspirations?
just certain, writers, man, growing up looking at Todd McFarlane, with the comics, I think he really inspired me, actually as I got older that, he disengaged from the whole Marvel company, him and his buds, Jim Lee and everybody, and say, you know what, we can go a whole different route with success, and he built his own company, Image Companies. And them guys had success with that, and it kind of stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? And more of my inspiration comes from a lot of independent artists. I don't have too many mainstream artists. I was like, oh man, I'm just googly eyed over. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of independent guys and women that was mentors that showed me kind of like some tidbits on to stay focused, learn the business side and the creative side, and keep going forward. And they still inspire me, even just being on platforms like this with you guys. I love supporting the indies because you guys have drive, and motivation, and the love is there. You know what I'm saying? We doing this together. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
that's
Sir.
my inspiration from really, what's going on in the community with those artists.
Sir.
Right.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit, or tell us a little bit about what it's like for you being a black man in this industry, because we don't have that many black creators, writers and artists. And that's one thing that Cooks and I both want to try to do, is just get more black people involved in a realm like this. So tell us a little bit about your experience with it, or some of your thoughts or and opinions about it.
Well, I think, the ethnicity, the diversity is there now. I think that, to be honest, that particular community, the black community, really wasn't exposed to a lot of diversity. Growing up, I grew up in not so nice environment, where the struggle was there, the struggle was real, and then exposed to enough culture. When I mean culture, I'm talking about stuff we talking about now. Comic books. I feeling like, your homeboy didn't think you was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or, you were just one dimensional as a person playing sports, on the street slanging. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that it was the mentality getting outside that one-dimensional mentality that we were just exposed to growing up, whether it was in the ghettos or the poverty, and then saying, hey, you know what, I want to get over here and be able to express myself, you know what I'm saying, not just as an African-American male, but just as an individual. You know, I think carrying myself, you know, as just an individual, rather just race, it draws attraction to so many other people. You know what I'm saying? So much diversity. You know, it was Asian culture, other different, all kinds of cultures, and they feel more comfortable with you because you're, you know, you're a multidimensional person. You know what I'm saying? You're approachable, and I think that rubs off on, you know, the community that can be relatable. You know what I'm saying? Which is African American community. They're like, hey, well, damn. You know what I'm saying? That's a cool approach because we haven't really took it that way. You know what I'm saying? So it's really thinking outside the box, using logic, and really just knowing that you didn't grow up in a certain society, so you're not going to have that particular favor. Educate yourself. You know, we're in the information world right now. I didn't know, you know, a damn thing about a comic company. You know what I'm saying? Didn't know too much about how to form my own LLC as a, you know, film company years ago, by educating myself. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't born with a spoon in my mouth, silver spoon in my mouth. So I got around other mentors, got online, researched, did my homework, and developed that. And I think in time, as you develop that and how you carry yourself, you get that respect, and people see beyond the skin tone, and they're like, you know, this is an individual. It's about his work, and he's serious, and that's how I'm approaching. So that's been my approach. And also, too, lastly, staying away from the politics and staying away from the societies that's all about that. That's why we're not in California, LA, Hollywood right now. Not knocking them, but it's a whole different society over there that's built for specific distractions, you know? And that's pretty much been my ride with that, man.
All right. That's good, man. That's all right.
Yeah, for real, for real. So to backstep just a little bit, when did the acting bug actually hit you? Like, what made you actually want to be an actor?
First off, man, I was a fast clown. You know, growing up, man, I stayed into shit. I don't know, like all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I had people in you know, in school, teachers saying you need to try drama. If you ain't gonna play sports, try that. And I was bad as hell too, man. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of energy, man. I had a channel to put into something, but going forward, you know, it was just getting that exposure. You know, like I was telling Spade earlier, you know, just getting that exposure with a semester in college doing theater. That's really what I caught the bug, man. We did, to be more specific, we did a play called Othello. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. It was a Shakespeare.
Yeah, I love that story.
I actually did the lead. And I ain't know nothing about Shakespeare like that for real, you know, but my director challenged me, you know, and he said, if you can get this role and understand this character and where he comes from and the pressure he's dealing with and get outside your ego, you're going to see it acting on a whole different level, Jay. And I did. I went there and, it got me. That bug, I said, you know what, I want more of this. I want to keep elevating. I felt like I can do more as I transition to the film world, because film, you know, you can express your creativity on different levels. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to do that. And I think through acting, it showed me that I had different levels of storytelling in me that I could express. So that's where I came from.
All right. Man, that's pretty good.
Yeah, very good.
Talk a little bit about the comics that you write currently, like your Bermuda City and Salta, and your inspirations for them.
Right, man. You know, boy, you almost made me choke up. Boy, I mean, when I first met you, it was the first issue we gave, you know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, well, but you know, the Bermuda City, you know, the character, Detective Joy Long, the protagonist, is a character that I portrayed in our films. And I want to thank him in the comic, you know what I'm saying, world, you know, sooner versus later. But before I go into that, I just want to share something with you guys and just the people that's listening. You know, it was years before that where I actually wrote some spec scripts and sent it all to DC Amoff. I had some ideas. And I knew it was one in a million shot. I didn't have a lot of expectation, but I wanted to try because I wanted to get on the creative team, the writing team, kind of show what I can do. Never heard back. And I said, you know what? At that time, we'd done a couple of short films, and let me go ahead and make some of these characters from my short films becoming characters and see what I can do with that and do it myself. And that's when, Bermuda City, Detective Jordan Long came into the fold and stuff like that. And I saw people started liking it, started linking with different artists. I said, hey, it can be done this way. It can be done an independent way. You know what I'm saying? And Salter came along. I wanted to get a female superhero that was a standalone. More importantly, that wasn't exploded, that wasn't a sex symbol. Somebody story arc that people can take serious. And Red Crow Comics, the company, came along and wanted to film that as a business and formed it as a limited liability company. So, we can have rights to all this stuff and be taken serious with our brand. And just to give you a quick little synopsis on both characters, Bermuda City is a fictional city in our universe that's ran by a crook military who then jumped with the Russian mob. And the character Jordan Long has, a clone that's committing murders in his name. So he's trying to figure out what the hell's going on all while fugitive in his own city. And Salta is our female lead in our universe. You spell her name backwards, it's Atlas, like the Titan. She's the incarnation of Atlas. She has his powers, his abilities, and she's a time traveler. She's also an archaeologist by trade. So those are two leads in our universe that, we're expanding with and we started off with. And that's what we're currently producing right now.
All right. Man, you talked about, you submitted and you try to get in with DC and Marvel. My father used to always say, throw enough stuff against the wall, something bound to stick. And, it's like it shows that's kind of your philosophy right there. You just like, hey, I'm just going to take a shot. And, if it makes it, great. If it doesn't, I can rebound and, we're going to go another route. So in doing that, you know what I'm saying, and meeting you at geek gatherings and other comic book conventions and seeing your work, man, and like people, it warms my heart because I'm like, you my brother, you know what I'm saying, and like we bonded, over the years, and just seeing people like, yo, man, go check out Jay's book, and now you have a movie. We'll get into that a little bit later, but it's just like seeing all of this. It's just like, yo, man, like. I see it in our local comic book shops here, your books, and I'm like, man, that's Jay's book right there. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Looking through it and then seeing people pick it up and buy it, I'm like, I ain't done nothing to it, but I'm just like, I'm happy for you because I mean your success, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are buying your books, and I'm like, yeah, that's what we want. I want to see my brothers, my homeboys grow and be successful. It's just like, that's just amazing to me, man. I'm happy and proud of you, bro.
For real.
I sincerely appreciate that, man. It's that support, it's that bond, linking up with you them years ago to get gathering, man, and just networking with you, just as a person, and support. Hey, dog, it ain't nothing better than that, Appreciate it.
No problem.
And to stick to that, how did you come up with the idea of Red Crow Comics?
Red Crow Comics. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the movie by Brandon Lee, The Crow, back in the early 90s.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, man, one of my all-time classic favorites. But I was fascinated with that concept with the Crow giving him powers, coming from the dead and stuff like that. So for me, I wanted to have, I guess, a symbol of our universe that, can kind of transition into the story and told. So for example, if you get one of our comics on the front page, the first 3 panels, beside the introduction of that particular comic, you have 3 panels of a crow that's flying, to the, towards the camera. And through his eye, you start to gradually see the next page, the activity was going on for the next page. So he's showing you through the eyes of the crow what's going on in Red Crow Comics universe. And then I think I wanted to present something unique, in that fashion. That's where that came from.
Okay, cool. All right.
At first I had, like a little tweeted bird, but I was like, nah, that ain't that ain't gonna cut it,
That ain't gonna cut it right there. You gotta have
it's strong, I want to get the wrong message, you know what I'm saying? They were like, what the hell?
I know exactly what you mean. Let me ask you one little question on the asset. Where you originally from? You originally from Alabama or?
I was actually born in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Okay.
but my family's from Alabama. You know, I was raised in Alabama most of my life. I came from
Okay.
Springfield when I was 3 years old to Birmingham and was raised there most of my life, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
No. So you got roots here.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no doubt, man. Well, without a doubt. Without a doubt. My dad's grandfather, pops, everybody's from Alabama.
All right. Let's see. So my next question would be, and we're going to transition a little bit more into the acting part now, which Chris touched on that earlier. Your movie, Dormant, on Amazon Prime, and y'all can find it on DVD. So when you see Jay at the conventions, pick up the DVD. It's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about Dormant. What inspired that? Can we look forward to a sequel and all that good stuff?
Yeah, man. Dormant was one of the most challenging projects I've ever done creatively. You know, being that it was solely self-invested. You know, it was low budget, but it was budget coming from me. And we wanted, I think when I say it's challenging because, you know, even though it was low budget and, you know, we was in the market where it wasn't as strong, so we didn't have as much creative or financial support, I still want to treat it with a mainstream mentality. And that comes from the creative side. And I knew that, you know, we weren't going to be able to produce it vastly, like 4 to 6 weeks, like a Hollywood production. It actually took us 6 months to film because, you know, the process and the lack of some resources, some finance. But overall, it took us about 3 years to get it done with post-production, produced, and published.
Oh, wow.
So, but I was willing to take the time. You know, I had times I was frustrated because I wanted to get it out there, but I had to control that excitement, you know what I'm saying, and be a professional about it and actually, you know, actually be disciplined to show respect to my team who gave their time and contribution to the project. So I wasn't going to publish it until we were satisfied with the creative to get it out there because we wanted to compete, you know, on some mainstream platforms like Amazon Prime. You know, I just want to put some on Amazon Prime because it's Amazon Prime. I want to put it on there so people can say, hey, this is quality. Where do they do this? Oh, Northern Alabama. What? Enough said. You know what I'm saying? But I knew it was a process. So that's where that came from. And Detective Jordan Long, on the creative side, I want to present him, you know, in that movie because that's the prequel to everything that goes on beyond that. And I wanted to show the more humane side of him and what he goes through, his vulnerabilities. You know, he's a cop at this point. He doesn't have the superpowers yet. You know what I'm saying? I wanted people to see him and kind of grow with him before he take off. Almost like a Smallville before Superman became Superman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's your question. We have a sequel, in a sense, to the Dormant storyline, which is the Bermuda City miniseries that's on Amazon Prime too. And we got some more stuff that I'm kind of can't really say right now. I kind of want to. I'm gonna keep it a secret. It's coming.
All right.
Detective Jordan Long won't do damn that.
That's gonna be the you know, the Christmas gift. You know what I'm saying? Not this Christmas, but I'm talking about metaphorically the Christmas gift. So all right.
Right.
Okay. Oh, now, when it comes to Dormant, like behind the scenes, how much are you involved?
Man, take your pick. Everything from, you know, writing a screenplay to producing it, directing it, and co-starring in it. And just pretty much the whole gamut. And I want to do that, not just be all about me, but to really test my skills in all those areas because I wanted to be a movie that I present because it came from me. You know, I thought it was the best way to express it, you know, so I read pretty much all the hats in that. But I do want to say, though, we had an awesome team on that project from my director of photography, James Ryan Sims, who's been my main director of photography for 10 plus years, the whole time I've been filming professionally. And ADs, everybody came in, everybody, but it was an awesome team. So without them, it don't matter what I would have done. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably still working on it right now. You know, without them, the magic would have happened. And it was all local. You know, the whole Dormant cast and crew was from Northern Alabama, only except for a couple of people who was from Atlanta. And we purposely wanted to do that because there was so much talent here that I want to start getting that focus here, especially in the Huntsville area. And the guy who,
that makes sense.
Yeah, the guy who plays the villain, Tom Hagel, to me, he steals the show. And anybody want to watch it? It's on Prime. He do the damn thing. So that's pretty much that.
Now I had a part two, and you touched on it right then. What's up, Simply Incredible? I was gonna ask you about John Hagel because I noticed in your profile you speak on you speak on your cast and crew. You know what I'm saying? Certain pictures, certain profiles. You standing right there with them, letting everybody know like that this is how talented they is, showing them love, just like you just said. But when I read this one, I noticed, you know what I'm saying, the scene y'all have was one that you really liked because it was really intense. And I guess just like Spade being a pro wrestler, when you tag teaming, when you ain't gotta talk and just make it happen, you know what I'm saying? Like the pieces fit. I guess I'm saying like the scene y'all did was like a very enjoyable scene for you because everything went well. So I was wanting to know, you know what I'm saying, like how y'all meet. What's it like working with him?
Oh, Tom Lay was phenomenal, man, and that's an understatement. Because Tom, I worked with him on a project. We did a short film before doing that called Pandora. It was a psychological thriller, and he played the father of the main protagonist. And Tom, to me, I told him this many times. So if you see this, Tom, it's all good, baby. He looked creepy. You know what I'm saying? And I said, you know what? We're gonna use that. You have that look, that next door daddy that make cupcakes, you know what I'm saying, for charities, and at nighttime, he yoking people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I said, so, I think that's a good fit, but to answer your question, the chemistry developed through a lot of rehearsals that we had. We had a lot of sit down rehearsals. We talked about the character. It was character development. We wrote down and wrote journals, separate journals on our characters, his and my own, and just vibed about it, talked about it. And it really got that chemistry. Tom doesn't have much background in any kind of martial arts or some physicality like your boy Spade, as a wrestler, but it's all something we did. Our stunts, we did our own stunts. We developed that, we choreographed that, and he was just a good sport just to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a credit to him and bringing that character to life. And I think one of the more important things, he understood the character in time and took so many elements and just evolved with that character, man. And to the point that he was creeping people out on set. And I'm like, shit, perfect. You know what I'm saying? You know, so, good.
Man,
Okay.
man, look,
Yeah.
that's it. So we talk about he was creeping people out on set, and then and the rest of the world we call that being a work because you're not knowing that as a character, you're like, all right, I'm just going to outperform my character, and now
Right,
people are starting to really think like, man, is it this for real? Or is he for real or what? So I get
right,
knowing that with my background, I can just imagine people on set being like. Kind of, might want to shy away from them just a little bit, but not much. It'd be like, then when they come to themselves, like, oh, like he's acting, he's doing his character.
you're
So,
right. You
man, I'm
never
like,
know.
that was hilarious to me, man, because I was just like, when you said that he just creeps up people out, it was like he was totally immersed in his character.
Right.
That's of a great actor.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Yeah.
real.
I think that it was inspiration with that character because Arthur Huff is the villain that he plays, the character he
Mm-hmm.
plays. Arthur Huff is the orchestrator of the whole story, and if that character is not believable, then the story don't work. You
Mm.
know, he brought something to the story that took it to a different level, and it allows you to see the vulnerabilities of Jordan Long, the good guy. You know what I'm saying, this and that, and I wanted to show that. And I think that especially some inspiration from people like Anthony Hopkins who played Hannibal and Silence of the Lamb. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And Heath Ledger playing the Joker in The Dark Knight, those guys, you didn't see their egos. You just saw the characters that they presented. And so we kind of want to take a page from that and incorporate that with his character, And so that was pretty much it.
Oh man, that's pretty. Yeah, that was really good. Like I watched the movie twice at least. I was just like, first time I watched it, man, it was like I got lost in the movie. So it's like part of me is watching my friend, my brother on screen, and then it's like I'm watching the character. And after a while, you disappeared and just saw the character. So watching the characters on the TV on the screen is just like, man, it was really well put together. It was very well done, very well executed. The second time around I watched it, it's like anything else. You notice things that you didn't notice the first time. And then looking at, like Cook said when we saw you at Low Mills, we're looking at some of the background, and I'm looking at him like, oh man, I've been there before. Like I didn't notice that in the first time I watched it. And like, so it's just having that little or that just tight circle, being here promoting our area is what I'm trying to say. Is a great, like you said, there's a lot of talent, and Alabama has a lot of nice wonders. We have a lot of good wonders, especially in Huntsville, Decatur, Muscle Shoals area. We have a lot of great wonders.
That's true.
Right. You're right, man. You're right. It's a hidden gem, man. And I think, it's growing right now. You get so much exposure. That's what I encourage anybody that can do a podcast, that can go to the Comic Cons, that got something they want to present, put it on platforms like, that you can put it on, like what you guys are doing, networking, exposing, giving each other exposure, man. It's the most opportune time to do it. And I'm very excited about, just Alabama in general as a state, the talent that's here on different categories of entertainment, man, getting that exposure, man, because it's a wave that's hitting and it's going to continue to take it to different heights.
Absolutely.
Just to name a few to go into this question. London International Motion Picture Awards, the LA Edge Film Awards, 2020 New Harvest Film Festival. November 5th, 2019, you received Certificate of Achievement Gold Award Best for Thriller Feature. So, reason at NorCal Film Fest. I say these things and call these things out to ask you, what's been the best thing that you have learned about yourself going through all those achievements and earning and grinding? Because I know that's one word that you use a lot, grinding. Never stop grinding. So what you found out about yourself from then to now? Once you calm down and sit there by yourself and drink the coffee or the water, and you be like, you know what I mean?
I think appreciation, more than anything, because it's not all about me. It was really about a group, a team, a family-oriented effort, and being able to show all my strengths and exercise as much as my strength as possible was very little compared to the weaknesses that I had. The other people was able to help me out with my team with their strengths. So being all that, it was growth, and at the end of the day, it's appreciation and knowing that I'm still growing. We're professionals, in our circuit, but there's so much still to learn, and I really challenge myself to sit back with no bullshit to say, okay, how have I grown from this opportunity? And I think this is one of the best lessons for me, and it's been cool. That's one, and staying humble, man. I think humility, because I come from humble background, and I want to keep that mentality going forward because that's a sign of being healthy as a person. Doing a movie, putting it on Prime or Netflix or getting some success, or that's going to change me as a person. Like what's that all about? You see what I'm saying? And I think that Hollywood, not knocking anybody in particular, but you guys know, you see it on every day. Hollywood has so much ego. It actually supports that, and it's such an unhealthy society that you get lost in that society. Don't get it twisted. People get caught up with addictions and drugs and stuff all the time because they lose themselves. It's just being able to have a community of people that you grow with from day one that knew you when you was green in the area up until your success, and keeping that wave going. It's not like that. It's appreciation, it's humility, and it's growth. So that answers your question. It's all that in one gambit.
Okay. Good answer. Great answer, man. Great answer.
My next question gonna be like, if it wasn't writing directing, acting, wasn't being creative, what do you think you would be doing?
That's a good
And the
question.
reason I ask is because, like, I know you kind of a avid professional wrestler fan too. And for those who don't know, if you never seen him, this man would have made a hell of a professional wrestler.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, yeah.
Man, it be me and you, Spade. We be
I'm
tag
telling
team
you,
right
man.
now, baby. You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
dropping bowls on him, boy, all day long.
Hey, Spade, before I go forward, man, you gotta do me a favor though, man.
What's
Hey,
that?
hey, you got that G Money voice, baby. You know what I'm saying? New Jack City, you got that G Money voice. I'm sorry. Just say CMB and my brother's keeper one time.
CMB. Am I my brother's keeper?
Yeah,
Yes, I
he sure do.
appreciate it. But nah, man, that's a
Man,
question.
you though.
Before that, just mentioned earlier, I mean, being a professional athlete was always my goal. It was football. That was one of the dreams. You know what I'm saying? And like, if creativity didn't come forward, I probably would still try to pursue it. Pursue it. But besides that, man, it's business. We are creative. I love the creative side. That's represents me, but I'm also a businessman.
Okay.
And I think it would definitely be in some kind of business world, some kind of platform that I'll be doing something, exercising some kind of skill, trying to develop a skill. So either professional sports or the business world, if you want for creativity.
All right.
Okay.
That is pretty good.
Now, what's it like having your own action figure? And
Yeah.
before you answer that, before you get into that, how did you make that happen? How did that happen?
Honestly, man, I got in contact with a guy from New York. He has his own business where he creates prototypes for people, action figures. And I was like, at some point we wanted to expand, and have action figures of our comic characters. And I'm like, why not, at least develop a prototype right now? You know what I'm saying? But the little did I know, I was gonna fall in love with the damn thing as soon as I got it. You know what I'm saying? I be brushing his hair, man. Brush. I be taking him to the mailbox with me and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man.
I almost got into it with the mailman because he pushed it down one time. Like, hey, man. I had to have a meeting with my uncle.
Dave,
Oh man, it's all right. We
man, they
here.
know the kind of danger he was in.
I got too hype, man. All right. Back at it. But no, man, on the real, I think that it's really an awesome thing because I always, you guys, we grew up with the Lion-Os and the Ninja Turtles and the He-Mans and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I thought it was always cool to have my own, and that's where the inspiration came from, man. But right now we have a prototype of Detective Jordan Long, and we don't know much about that side of the business, so we're getting educated on that side because eventually we want to do a mass production. So hopefully that happens within next year, to get that going.
Okay.
I know Cooks and I both told you, and whenever we do, man, we will each want our own, boy. You got to autograph that mug too. And look, I got action figures on the wall right there. You know what I'm saying? So when it get yours, that damn thing definitely going on the wall.
It's going on the wall.
You said it, baby. Hey,
It's definitely going on the wall.
Hey, I'm gonna put you next to Sting, the autograph Sting one I got. You go next to him.
There you go.
That's an honor right there. You talking about one of the greatest, one of the goats.
Yeah.
Off the top.
So yeah, we ain't gonna put you on the wall somewhere, boy. And everybody like, man, like, hey, that's my homeboy Julian J, aka Jordan Long. But,
Exactly.
There you go. Cool. I appreciate that, man. No doubt.
Who is on you or me, Spade?
Let's see. I don't know. If you got another one, go. Then I'll go.
I asked about the action figure. It's on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jay, what are some of your goals and aspirations going forward now?
Right now is to really expand and start doing bigger projects on the cinema side. You know, we have dormants out there in the Bermuda cities and stuff like that. But you know, we're wanting to do more projects that it's going to take more budget, but you know, a little bit more epic, you know, a little bit more bigger, and do it right here, you know, and just draw more attention to this area. But not only that, but help get people work. You know, people that want to do film, you know, want to get that experience, truly want to get that experience, you know, and have, you know, expand with our studios, you know, to be able to have classes where people can come learn. You know, they can get opportunities to come on set, you know, get their feet wet, you know, both on and off the camera, and just and expand everything, even the comic side. You know, it's a beautiful thing that I'm seeing with the comic cons, man. You know, especially in Alabama. You know, Spade, the Geek Gathering for me was my first comic convention in Alabama years ago. You know what I'm saying? The very first one. And at that same time, I was telling the partner of mine, I was like, man, it'd be cool if we just had, you know, a lot more Comic Cons in Alabama. And then when that, the Geek Gathering, they start expanding. You guys know about the expo that happens in Farnborough every year. And then, you know, over there, you know, in the Birmingham, where Jamie Phelps is doing, it's so cool, you know, and I just want to help contribute to that, you know, and promote that and create our own comic convention at some point. You know what I'm saying? The regular Comic Con, you know what I'm saying? And then so basically, man, to sum it all up, to expand what we're doing creatively, man, and that's a more strong business to help get a mainstream platform of entertainment here in Northern Alabama and create opportunity.
All right.
Okay. Um, to add to that, for the up and coming ones, what's up, Six Element?
What's
For
up,
the up
C?
and for the up and coming peoples, what's an important fact that they need to know about coming into the acting world or in their world of acting and filmmaking? What's something important that you know that they might not know yet that they need to know because their percent might not tell them?
Education, educate yourself, because it's not only a creative platform, but it's also business, and that business is very real, and it's an animal within itself. And I don't care if you're doing a small project or a big project, business is business. And it
Mm-hmm.
actually is accumulating now more because you have so many projects that are happening now being produced. Now, so I would say go in there, and not as vulnerable without knowing that knowledge, get that knowledge and get around mentors, people that's going to really try, to show you what's really going on and just truly educate yourself. We are in the information world right now, so there's really no reason why you wouldn't want to do that to protect yourself going forward. And so I would say that, that's one of the things that really had helped me up until this point was educating myself and getting the proper education of things I didn't have no clue about, and it helps you, prevents you from being vulnerable, being taken advantage of. And, once you do that, boom. And I want to say that happens to artists all the time. So many broken dreams because people have these God-given talents, and then they get with these productions, these executives that don't know nothing about the creative side, don't want to know nothing about the creative side. They just want to use you as a product, and they suck you dry with these contracts, or the process. You have no idea what's really going on. And so I would say that, man.
Okay.
Educate yourself.
Good. I
Educate
need to
yourself.
hear that. That's good. Educate yourself. That's great. Okay. Gotcha.
That is real good. That actually answered my next question, which is I guess kind of the same as what Cook said. Like, what would aspiring creators, writers, and artists need to know getting into the realm of this? So, like you said yourself, educate yourself, and you gave us the lowdown on that. So that was very well done. One thing I always want to know is, like, when you go to different conventions, talk about your experience, your excitement, and when you go to different conventions. Because I mean, I know you mentioned Geek Gathering being your first one, and I've seen you at some more here and there, and it's just like, yo, man, like I can see the joy on your face, when I'm there, when I see you. So just talk a little bit about that, your experiences at different conventions.
It's cool, man. It's a culture, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a culture of itself, and it's so unpredictable. There's so much going on. You know what I'm saying? And but it's a cool thing, though. You know, I think every convention has its own energy, its own vibe. You know what I'm saying? And I think for me, man, you're able to be yourself. And what I mean by that, I don't care if you're a custodian or janitor, man, or you're a doctor with, a PhD. You know, you come there, you get to let your hair down and live out your childhood dreams. You know what I'm saying? Or you get to cosplay as the Hulk. Who you get to be who you want to be. And I think stay on a personal level for me, man, is getting away from the reality that we don't like. You know what I'm saying? The world that, the whole system that's created, that, you're doing things that you really don't look forward to do. People wake up, they go to a 9 to 5 that you really don't like doing, and you're doing it because you got to provide. You know what I'm saying? But, you get to go to these comic conventions which was our escape. Going to these comic conventions and talking to cats like y'all, cutting up, and seeing y'all creativity and supporting that and vice versa. But I don't get to see when I'm going to a 9 to 5 every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't get to see when I got to worry about paying for the bills. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's an escape, it's a haven, it's a culture, it's an exposure. It's also it's an environment to help you express yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I get out of it for me. And I think also too is the children for me because the youth they exposed to so much crazy stuff that's out there right now. You know what I'm saying? Social media is one of the main things, so they don't really know what the hell to do for the most part. You know what I'm saying? And so they don't have a lot of platforms or mentors to show them things to really help protect themselves and really express their individuality and know who they are. And just to have, 7, 8, 9 year old come up to your table that's inspired by your own work and telling, knocking over your comics, you know what I'm saying, putting candy all over the places to tell you about their ideas, I take it. You know what I'm saying? It's priceless, you know what I'm saying? Because we started on the comic conventions back in 2014, my first one, raw comic. And that's been 7 years. And, it's a child I know to have her own comic story. She's like 8 years old now. Now she's like 15, 16 years old, but she's really doing it now. She's progressing. It's almost like, you've been a co-parent of that creativity, you know what I'm saying? So it's the youth, man. It's helping that out too. So it's pretty much that.
Smooth. Now, and to on the acting part, you get that. Now, also as a comic creator or comic publisher, you know what I'm saying? To tag team with Spade on that question, you say he answered the same one, but to add this piece to your question, to where it will be answered, like also, Mr. J, what's an important fact for up and coming comic creators that they should know that you already know that they might not know yet?
I think building your own brand, and also expanding with your brand, what your brand is about, because, almost like anybody, could come up with, a comic book. What is that comic book? You know what I'm saying? What's that comic, or, what they need to, what's your, individuality need to show in your work, in your comics. So when I go back to the brand, I'm talking about, knowing who you are, knowing what you, back to education again. And also, man, just to simplify this, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Just
I know
do it.
exactly what you're saying.
Just do it. People, man, you'd be surprised how many people out there, you'll talk yourself out of things, you'll procrastinate, you have all these marvelous ideas, and then 3 years go by, you still got the same idea. You still procrastinate. Just do it. And I ain't doing that to market the whole Nike commercial. You know what I'm saying? Just for real, just do it. You'd be surprised. Anything that you're afraid of, jump into it.
Got you.
So, and I think when you do that, certain things come your way that you need because people out there, forces out there, see what you're doing and they want to bring it to you. You know what I'm saying? They see something that's positive and they want to help build whatever you're doing. So you can't go wrong.
Okay.
Now, my final question, which we hadn't talked about this yet, but you talked about your love for comics and stuff when you were younger. So, uh, do you or did you collect throughout the years? And if so, what are the comics did you collect? And who's your favorite or your favorite characters then versus now?
Oh yeah, oh shit, man. That's boy, that's a whole different thing right there. That's a whole different conversation right there, boy. Nah, just to keep it short, man. Yeah, I absolutely did collect growing up, man. I grew up with a lot of X-Men, back in the time, Marines, your Ghost Riders, your Batmans, the Spawn. And as I got older, I fell in love with the dark characters, boy, that were relatable. Like your Spawns, Ghost Riders, like your Batmans and stuff like that, because there was unique characters, So right now, I still want those same cats, because they stand out. They stand alone
Mhm.
with characters. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I would say actually, Detective Joe Long has some elements that was inspired by the Punisher, Ghost Rider, and Batman. So
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Julian, your volume is kind of going in and out. Can you tell? Can you hear Spade how it went back? How it kind of went out on him a little bit?
A little bit.
Okay. I wanted to make sure you get to hear and make sure you get clicking off and hearing.
I sound out my
Yeah, he sounded a little bit clearer now.
okay. I'm not sure what that is, but hopefully it'll get a little better.
Technology. Tell you
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly what it is. Technology.
yeah,
right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, man.
uh, Now, my final question before we get into the bonus round, we're gonna have a little fun. You know what I'm saying? What's a good word for up and comers like me and Spade, building our own brand? You know what I'm saying? Seeing you being your own boss. You know what I mean? What's some positive flow that you could give to those who building to become their own boss?
Well, I would say be consistent. You know, be consistent and persistent, and get around people that's truly gonna support you just as much as you support them. And I say that with tough love. I say that to be real because we can support so many people and we don't get the energy back. And that's not saying we're looking for that. That's not saying we have expectations. It's just only fair. You know,
Mhm.
when you do that, that support, you get that genuine support back. People see that and they want to support that because we need that too. So
Mhm.
I would say be consistent, persistent, get the proper support, and also keep educating yourself too, man. That's pretty much. And also too, man, getting people as platform that you guys on is really important, man, because it's exposure, for both parties. So
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
people on your platforms that is serious about their work, you know. You can get somebody on that's gonna talk about, donuts all day long and talk about a comic for about 5 minutes and they don't care about the comic for real. They just talking about them donuts, you know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
just getting somebody to get, quality people that's true about their work and that's serious about their work, that's gonna be a reflection on you guys. And that's pretty much it, man.
Okay.
No doubt. You got any more for him, Spade?
No, I got no more, man. Shoot, I was like, Devin, that was perfect answer in the interview. So we can jump into the bonus round.
One thing we
Awesome.
ne- one thing There's one thing we both didn't ask you, and it is in your profile. The hip hop artist part. Uh,
Mm.
what Tell me, like, when did it start, or is you still in it? Did you stop for a minute? What's that all about?
Yes, sir, man. That's something I do on the side. That was another thing that was a love of mine. To be honest with you, man, I did that back in the day. Grew up in the hood, and that's how I was trying to get out the hood. Was through that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That or sports. And I kind of got away from it for a while because I was playing ball for a minute. And I got back around to it about 10 years ago. Um, at that time, I got back around to it. I got also involved with the film side. You know what I'm saying? And so now I had to kind of move the hip hop to a hobby. But Now it's
Okay.
kind of gradually getting to that point that I can kind of focus on a little bit more now. You know what I'm saying? We got a few tracks out here and there, but I want to really get to a point that we can start producing some albums at the proper time.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that right now, man, I'm not knocking any kind of artists out there doing their thing, but hip hop is at a decline, and it's definitely
Mm-hmm.
not the era that it was at. You know what I'm saying? I knew when I listened to it. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I'm gonna contribute to that too. You know what I'm saying? We got some lyrics for y'all. I think y'all will dig it.
All right.
Okay. Okay. In the sound, like, are you gonna do like your own soundtrack to your to the movie or
Oh
any
yeah,
type
yeah,
of, you know what I mean?
yeah, man. We actually got homeboy of mine, Stretch, a rapper from Athens. We want the
Oh.
he actually did the guy Spade Dormant at the end of
Mhm.
the end credits. You hear the dude
Yeah.
rapping. Yeah, that's him. And so
Oh, okay.
he did a soundtrack,
Okay.
to a couple tracks in Dormant, and I actually did one in there too, but you didn't hear my lyrical side. You just heard the instrumental. So we definitely trying to incorporate that into our projects, and I think Bermuda City coming up. We got a couple tracks that I'm gonna put my own in there, so to kind of get that in there, smoother in there, and show what we can do.
Okay. Dope.
Shoot.
Dope.
Man, if my old ass ever do a farewell tour in the ring, boy, I already got, what's the name of ring music right there. I'm just gonna commission you, Jay.
Hey,
Look here,
that'll
man.
be
I need
dope
some
though.
music, man. You got to rap me out to the ring, dog.
That'll be dope though. That'll be dope though.
Nigga, look,
just all of it, baby.
and Cook's gonna be our hype man.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. That's gonna be even doper.
Hey, CMB, baby. You already
You
got
know what I mean?
it. No doubt.
All right.
Oh, man.
Okay. So we're gonna get into the check 1-2 round, man. Basically the check 1-2 round is where first round I ask you two things. Tell me which one you like the best. And in the second round I say one thing that relates to you and you tell us how it make you feel. You ready?
Gotcha.
All right, here we go. Check 1-2, bonus round one. First one. Major or independent?
Independent.
Okay. And people in the chat can play along too. And Spade, you already know you play too, man. You already know.
For sure.
So okay. Boxing or UFC sports?
Now UFC.
Okay.
Yeah.
DC or Marvel?
Now it's Marvel.
Okay. Okay. Now this is a three-part one. You got X-Men, you got Avengers, you got Justice League.
Well, you coming with some hard knocks on this one.
Mhm. Oh, and now to make it easier for you, you can put them in 1, 2, 3.
Okay. All right, I'll do that.
Okay.
Uh, now I have to say it is the Justice League and the Avengers and X-Men. But
Okay.
back in the day, it'd been totally different. If it was talking about
Yeah.
the 90s, it would have been X-Men.
Yep. Yep.
I have to agree with that.
Yep.
100%.
Okay. All right. Touching on the hip hop. Jay-Z or Nas?
Nas.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Nas.
who I would have picked.
My
Okay.
favorite rappers all time, baby.
Snoop or Scarface?
Scarface.
Okay. Okay. Let's kick the
I
sports
think I
for a
would
second.
Snoop with that one.
You going Snoop on that? All
I
right. Okay.
would Snoop with that one.
Kobe or LeBron?
Kobe.
Kobe.
Woo, my boy. Magic or Bird?
Ooh.
I'm about to go Bird.
Ooh.
Going Bird. Ain't
Yep.
ain't no wrong pick. What
Yeah,
about you,
sure,
Spade?
right? That was a good one.
Yep.
What about you, Spade?
Man, that's a hard one. Magic or Bird? Like, golly, growing up, I was always a Magic fan. Even though more so Bird, but I always respected and loved Larry Bird's game. But just by a hair, I'm gonna say Magic.
Okay. All right.
Like I
Now,
said, by a hair.
Saturday morning cartoons or Monday Night Football?
Man, Saturday night cartoons, cuz. Shit, man. I still watch them motherfuckers.
Still watching, bro. Okay.
Man. Yeah, Thundercats, man.
Yes, sir. All
All
of them.
hey. Okay.
Woo.
TMNT, can't forget them.
Yeah.
Okay. Haley Berry or Nia Long?
Ooh.
Mm.
Mm.
I'm going Nia Long because I've always been Nia Long. I'm Nia.
Shit, both of them. No, I'm just messing with you. Nia Long. Go on, give me Nia.
Nia. Well, you Spade.
Oh
Acting
my
wise, you know what I mean.
gosh.
Oh,
I've got
you mean acting? Yeah, Nia.
Now,
man, I don't know. I'm like that. That's a hard one. That's like the bird and magical. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. And, even though a lot of people don't like a Catwoman movie, I'm gonna go ahead and say Halle.
Haley. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, as a filmmaker question, behind the lens or in front of the lens?
That's hard, man. I would have to say because it's more of a responsibility. I would say behind, but by a hair.
By hair. By hair. Okay. Uh, radio or podcast?
Right now, podcast.
Podcast. Okay. Shout out greatness. What about you, Spade?
Podcast.
Podcast. Okay. All right. Last one for the acting. Well, no, not asking, but I just gotta ask you this just because. Will or Denzel?
Denzel, man.
Denzel. Okay. Spade.
Yeah. Normally I would pick Will, but I'm gonna go Denzel too.
You going Denzel?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, normally it would have
Samuel,
been Will Smith, but
Samuel L. Jackson or Morgan Freeman?
Mm.
mm.
Damn. I had to say, damn, you go first, Spade.
Mine could be more like Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo,
Right.
and all, and who it is, I don't know.
Is that a pass? You got a pass? Is that a pass? Y'all want to pass? You can
Man, I'm
pass
gonna have
if you
to
want
pass
to.
on that one. That was kind of
Bad.
hard, man. I thought
Okay.
Callie and
Okay.
Dion was hard. I'm like, that was kind of hard.
Okay. You can pass on that one. You can pass on that one.
That's a good one, Cook.
Okay. Okay. Two comic ones I want to ask you is real interesting. Luke Cage or Black Panther?
Mm.
Mm.
You seem like a Luke Cage type of dude, but I know Black Panther is like the Mecca. I understand. So either answer be okay.
I have to say Luke Cage because I was more of a Luke Cage fan.
You know what I mean? Spade. I know Spade gonna take Black Panther pretty much, right?
I think I'm gonna take Cage on this one too.
Oh, you is? Okay.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I'll take Cage on that
Okay.
one too, man.
Okay.
It's
All
just
right.
something about power, man. I'm like Black Panther. We know gonna be Black Panther, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, especially after the Luke Cage Netflix show, that's when they finally got introduced to him. They're like, "Oh my God!" So yeah, Luke Cage on that one.
Okay. All right. Now I know I'm gonna get a split on this one. Battle suits.
You said what?
Batman or Superman?
Batman.
And I ain't even no need to answer. I already know what that answer gonna be. I knew that off the top. I knew that. Now I seen this on your page, Julian. So I'm trying to figure out the right way to
Yeah.
ask it. Okay, Green White Ranger or the Black Ranger?
White Ranger. Green White
White
Ranger.
Ranger? Green
Yep.
White Ranger? Okay. All right. And the last one for this round, kindness or honesty?
Honesty.
Honesty. Tell me why.
Because with honesty, you get kindness. You
Okay.
know, when you're honest, man, that's the core. That's the core of who you are. Honesty is truth.
Right.
You can't, you
Right.
can't have you can't have kindness without the truth.
Right. Okay. All right. Spade, what about you?
I agree with you. You can't have one without the other, but I would say kindness because and just in my experience with life, sometimes some people can be honest, but they're way too harsh with their honesty.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, be a little bit gentler with how you deliver and say things to people, and that kindness will show. But like Jay said, they go hand in hand. You can't have one.
Okay.
You cannot have one without the other.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. Now, check one. Check 1, 2. Bonus round number 2. Basically, I'm gonna say a few of these words that go with you, and you just tell us how they make you feel. Starting off with Bermuda City.
Um, Freedom,
Okay. Acting.
individuality,
Okay. New York Movie Awards.
pride,
Hip hop.
culture,
80s music.
or Morris Day, Prince now, an era of his own,
Okay. Othello.
challenge,
New Harvest Film Festival.
appreciation,
Comic Cons.
life,
Mm, dude.
Cosplay.
fun,
Low Meals.
low meal, true art,
Detective Jordan Long.
the new face,
Red Crow.
a new utopia,
The Dormant Crew.
family and love,
And Dormant. The movie.
a baby franchise,
All right.
And the last one, Julian J. Burton.
mystery.
And that has been the Total Fandom Check 1, 2, 1, 2 bonus round with Julian J. Burton. You gave some great answers right there, man. And that was fun hearing your answers for those because it's just, you done did a lot. You know what I mean? You done did a lot. You know what I'm saying? And people don't know what you go through behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, you always grind and you always grind. It's like, man, when do you ever rest? You know what I'm saying? But like, hey, that's your private time to rest. We don't need to
Mm,
know when you rest. We watching for the next. What's next? You know what I'm saying? So definitely, I and Spade. You know what I'm saying? I know he'll tell you. We give your flowers now, man. You know what I'm saying? Ever since the first time I met you, Spade told me about you. You know what I'm saying? And then everything, he was right about everything. You know what I'm saying? When I met you, you was cool, big dudes. I had to look up at you like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, yo, what up, big dog? I'm on your side. You know what I mean? But it was dope. You know what I mean? Seeing your figure, you got the action figure, and it's just dope to see that, and it's inspiring. You know what I'm saying? To me, you know what I'm saying? Individually, for sure. I know both of us inspired, but me, just talking for me, you inspire me man, a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Not just as the black man, but just as the man who stay grinding and don't stop. Like you're a perfect example of not stopping when you want something. So I just want to say thank you for what you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Spade.
I'm the same way, and like I said earlier, man, you my brother. Meeting you at the geek gathering years and years ago, is just that special bond, that brotherhood that we formed. And like Chris was saying, you don't rest on your laurels. You achieve one goal, then it's like, all right, that's that. Off to the next one. So whenever you do rest, I know it's a well deserved one, but it's not like you gonna just sit there and be like, all right, cool, now I made it. You such a humble spirit and such a
Yep.
humble person that
Yep.
it elevates you even more. And
Yep.
I'm always glad and happy to tell somebody about check it if I see you at a booth. Have you been to my boy Julian J's booth? Like, check it out. Go pick up his movie, pick up his books. Like, there's some great reads. For those like just being able to promote you, man, and like I said, being a friend and a brother to you, and friend and a brother to me is just like that's invaluable. So I thank you
Mhm.
very much, brother. I love you as my brother, and I'm always looking forward to seeing you at whatever comic book convention, or seeing your stuff in stores, and try to get you. Same thing, man. We want to try to promote you too and get you growing
Yeah.
and get to
Yeah.
more areas so we see your product grow.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you know what, man? I appreciate that, y'all, man. That's number love, bro. And I just want to say real quick in return to that, man. It goes equally for me to you guys, because without this right here, man, without this vibe, without this support, and without y'all, y'all love, man, this won't be happening for us, and I mean that, because we thrive off, this. We thrive off the connections, the networking, man, the
Mhm.
brethren, the support, man, and then that's our whole forte, man. Is that y'all are the foundation to all that stuff, man. That's an understatement. Spade, I know you for 7 years now, man, from the Geek Gathering back in 14,
Yeah.
and I met you,
That's
man,
dope.
because it was refreshing to see that, especially with your background as a wrestler, man, and being in that Comic Con culture, man, bringing that element and just being a breath of fresh air, man, your personality, man, the whole G Money voice vibes, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's just, you're a cool person, man. So I appreciate it. It's always refreshing to see you at them Comic Cons, bro. And I appreciate you just spreading the word about what we doing, man. And I can get that back to you, man. And Cook, man, just met you, dude. You got a light about you, bro. That I see it going to different places, man, because you want that. You're like, hey, how do we do this? Can you be a part of this? Would you like to be on this? You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we bringing you something, man. You bringing us something. You know what I'm saying? So when I say privileged to be on what you're doing, that's coming from that and many other levels, man. So I say keep doing what
Thank
you're
you.
doing, keep linking up with folks, man. And whenever you down, and when both you guys feel in doubt, man, endure. You know, I promise you, when you feel like you're not getting the proper support, and you feel like you giving your all, I promise you, somebody is watching. Somebody watching this podcast right now getting inspired. You know what I'm saying? So I would say endure through those times if you have those times, and know
Mm.
that people like us, like me, I'm gonna be here for you, baby. So appreciate y'all.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir,
Appreciate
man.
man.
everybody
Thank,
that's watching.
thank you
Everybody
for
that's
that
watching.
word.
Appreciate y'all support.
Yes, yes. And for the people
Thank
that
you
are
for that
watching
word
now,
too, and doing,
yes.
man. That really, gave me goosebumps. That really sunk in. So it's like I needed to hear that, man, and do it. So, and I'm gonna talk about on a whole nother level, like life level as well, man. Just endure. So
Hmm.
I really appreciate you telling us that. I'm taking that to heart, most definitely, and I will continue to endure.
Yes,
Uh,
sir. And,
me
and
too.
and and if you don't mind, Mr. J, let people know where to find you. Let people know where to find you at. Let people know where to find the movie at, and let people know where to find Red Crow Comics at.
All right. Red Crow Comments. You can find it on our official website at www.redcrowcomics.com. And then on social media at Twitter at Red Crow Comics, Instagram at Red Crow Comics, Facebook's the same thing.
Okay.
We, coming on our sites, you can see where we're going to be the next coming convention. You can see what projects we have, what comics we do have. Get familiar with what universe represent. The media side, the cinematic side, Dormant movie is on Amazon Prime right now. And along with you see the miniseries, which is 6-episode miniseries currently, which is a sequel to Dormant. Both of those projects are tied to the Retro Comics umbrella. So you can find those on Prime Video. You will find me connected to all those projects. Follow those projects, you're going to find me. So, anybody you're going to find me personally, I do have Instagram at Julian J. Burton, but I encourage you to, link up with those sites more than anything. You'll see more of the creative side. And that's pretty much it.
All right. Any last words for you, Spade?
Oh man, this has just been one of the greatest interviews that we've done, and something since Cooks and I've been doing is something that I look forward to, especially after the last Huntsville Expo when he and I would talk, behind the scenes, like, man, we got to get Jay on the show. He said, yeah, man, because he was he felt real inspired and real impressed and everything by meeting you as well. He was like, yo, man, that's what cool do. He big as hell, but that's what cool do.
Yeah. I said that too. That's my exact word. He big as hell. That's a cool dude, though.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'm like, this has just been an interview that I would really look forward to.
All right. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Can I
Definitely
say
want to have you on the EP.
Yeah.
What's that?
I just want to say one thing, man. And just in closing, I want to say to, not only you guys, but everybody that's watching, really, just do what you love to do and really go there and do it and be consistent with that. I want to share something real quick. People see that, we have projects out there like Dormant. I'll use Dormant for a quick example. Dormant has had success on Amazon Prime, but we also been hit with a lot of negativity and certain trolling reviews and stuff like that, which you're going to have. But, a lot of that stuff is systematic. You have, Hollywood productions that will see you as a competitor because you're not a part of the Hollywood studios. So they will assign certain agents to go to your project and put those reviews up or anything that you do, not just a movie. But that's just showing, I'm making that point to show that you're doing something right. So anything that's negative, like that hits you in a wave all of a sudden, try not to see it as, an emotional attack. See it that it's something that you're doing right and flip your mentality, and it motivates you more to do even more. So with Dormant, even though we've had success and, it's cool and exposure, we're also taking some ass whoopings for it, because of that, because we're not Hollywood based. But I would take them ass whoopings anytime to learn what I learn now and keep doing what I'm doing. So let us get us down, that has fueled us even more. And I say that this encouragement to those that if you get anything negative, you feel like you're putting all your spirit in something, I promise you, man, you're doing something right. And the rewards are going to be fruitful more than you can ever imagine. So I wanted to say that as an encouragement for anybody that's doing anything what you're doing in life and whatever skill set that you're blessed to have. And that's all I got to say, man. I just want to say that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I need to hear that as well. You know what I'm saying, Spade? I know you still did too. That matches some of the things that's been going on the last couple of days. You know what I'm saying, as far as like you just saying, being consistent with stuff. And I have been, and it seemed like when I'm sitting down late at night and I'm thinking, I'm like, well, dang, I did. I see what same Spade. I know you probably say the same thing. Like I see the seeds starting to grow now. You know what I'm saying? I can see because we watering them and we watching and we making sure the right dirt, soil around them and all that. We making sure that we can enjoy our fruits of labor, like Jay was saying. So I understand that completely, and I really do thank you, sir, for taking your time out today to talk with us and let us, pick your brain a little bit and letting us know what the life is like doing what you do, because you gonna be your own boss, and the proof is in the pudding from the creations. You know what I'm saying? Acting, hip hop, comic. You know what I'm saying? Talents. You know what I'm saying? Plus being healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you work out and do your thing. You know what I mean? And is that something else also before we cut out? That's also important too. Staying healthy.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. That's your nutrition, man. That's actually represents your spirit. You know, that helps your endurance and it helps your mental game. And you're going to need all those elements, especially if you're doing it in this particular field. You know, so definitely health, man. Research that, get on that, and you know, protect yourself with that. And it's
Okay.
very, very important. Very important. I also cook. You know, I want to say with that too, man. You know, you're bringing value to people's life, man. You're being consistent with things that you guys are doing. So, you know, just able to, you never know what somebody's going through, you know, hard times or depression, anxiety, and having them involved with things that you're doing, you also bring value to people's life. That's why being consistent and persistent is so important, as you guys know. But I just want to say that I want to include that. I forgot to include that in my little speech I gave at the end. So
That's a crucial part though, and that's for real, because sometimes I'm the one listening. You know, like something like lots. No, not sometimes. Lots of times I'm the one listening because I'm searching, and then like you said, once I start letting it soak in, I start to feel better. Then the next thing I got to do, I got to act on it. You know what I'm
right.
saying? I'm Spade. I'm pretty sure you agree with me. You know, once it soak in, then now it's time to act on it. You know what I'm saying? Or
Absolutely.
it ain't gonna happen because you ain't moving.
Use
Right.
it or
So
lose
lose or lose it.
This podcast helped me out tonight, man, because I was having trouble sleeping. I had insomnia, man. I had bad dreams. And you guys, do y'all remember Hootie and the Blowfish back in
it.
the 90s? Yeah,
Yeah,
I had a dream about
yeah,
that. Yeah, I had a
yeah.
dream about that. I had a dream about that. I'm just messing with y'all.
I was wondering
Look,
where that was
hey,
going. I said, "Uh-oh."
he gonna soon have to add comedian to his repertoire because he always got some
Yeah,
jokes there.
yeah. Now, that's
He's
dope
so
though.
serious. I'm just like, he gonna mess around and be at Huntsville Live one day because we gonna go see him.
That's dope though. That's
Hey,
dope though. Hey,
good
if he
point.
get up there, I get up there.
Hey, man, somebody said Hootie and the Blowfish cook, glasses fogged up. He's like, what the hell?
I was like, "What you do for the same man? What? Who did the blowfish? I wasn't expecting that. I thought he was gonna talk about something else, falling off a building or something." He said, "Who did the blowfish?"
Oh boy.
Hey, man, but I appreciate y'all, man.
Hey
Give me a
man,
time. And yeah, man, cool. Love y'all.
Love
hey,
you
love
too,
you too,
bro. Man,
man. Thank you very
we
much.
definitely gonna have you
And
here again sometime.
yes,
No doubt.
sir. And just so we'll sign off. I go first. You know what I'm saying? And Junior J, I let you go last. So do you have? Thank y'all for joining Total Fandom. Please hashtag it when you see this. Hashtag share it. Total Fandom. I am Kush24.
I am Spade from Spade Anonymous Comics.
I'm Julian J. Burton of Red Crow Comics.
Thank y'all very much. Please follow Junior J. Burton. Please follow at Red Crow Comics. And please check out the Dormant Movement on Amazon Prime. Other than that,
Yeah.
everybody have a happy Sunday. Much love, peace, and stay safe.
That's right. Be safe, man. Love y'all.
Love you too,
Much
bro.
love, man. Peace, man.
Peace.
Peace.